Hey, what's up guys, I'm Jesse with Mr. Jester Vlogs, and today I'll be talking about how to protect yourself from the apocalypse. Stay tuned. Now, with everybody talking about how the world's gonna end, you don't know how to protect yourself. I mean, some people have guns, some people have knives, some people have kitchen appliances, but that won't work. What you need is a bow and arrow, a long-range, good effective weapon to protect yourself against zombies, trolls, wild beasts, little birds, and especially the goblins. And not only that, but it helps you get food. So join me, let's go to Lowe's, let's get what we need to build this project.
So we made it here to Lowe's and we're about to buy the material we need for our project, but first I need a little disguise so we don't get recognized. Boom, just like that, let's go get what we need.
Right, so we got some tape. We're gonna need a tape measure, add a little hacksaw to cut the PVC open. And some paracord for our string.
So I got the stuff I needed from Lowe's. I'm not gonna tell you the price, just because I don't want to embarrass myself. But yeah, it was a little more expensive than I thought it would be, and that's because I didn't have the proper tools to make the project and stuff. But with the tools, it should be about $3 or $5 to build this stuff. It's not very expensive, to be honest.
Alright guys, so here we have our materials laid out. Make sure you do have longer than a 5-foot PVC pipe, 3 driveway markers, some files, a Sharpie, and the other tools we just bought. First thing we're going to want to do is take that tape measure and go ahead and extend it to it's approximately 5 feet. And then on the 5-foot mark, we're going to take a Sharpie and mark it down real quick because that's where we're going to be cutting the pipe. After doing our measurement, we're going to take that hacksaw and we're going to start cutting at the pipe. Now I'm having a bit of difficulty, so you're going to want to score it just like I'm doing here. That way it makes it a bit easier. Now we can cut back and forth with not too much resistance, and we'll get that 5-foot pipe and then we'll sand it down a little bit to make it a little smoother on the edges. Took a 220-piece grit of sandpaper just to make it a little bit smoother, prevent cuts and stuff like that. Now you're going to want to take the tape measure and mark approximately 1 inch on both sides of the PVC so we can file in a groove later for our power cord. Now you're going to want to go ahead and pick up that rat tail file and go ahead and score the PVC. It'll make it a lot easier. And the reason I was tapping it there is because a lot of PVC got caught up in the sanding grooves, and I would not recommend rubbing your finger across this thing. It's just a lot safer to tap. Now this groove isn't quite deep enough. I realized this later in the video. You're going to want to wrap it around 33%. So 33% of the PVC is going to want to have that groove on there. And you're going to want to do the same thing to the other side also. Now we're going to take our 3 driveway markers and get one and measure it out. It should be 4 feet if I'm correct, but if not, just measure the center. On this one it was 4 feet, so we're going to mark 2 feet on there. And go ahead and start cutting it with a hacksaw. Now these are fairly soft, so you don't really have to worry about tension or resistance. Just go ahead and cut it through, and then we'll continue with the next steps. Boom, easy peasy, just like that, we cut right through it. Now with the uncut driveway markers, put one until it hits that little groove on one end and one on the other end. Remember, these are the uncut ones, not the ones we just cut, the ones that are clean. Now the distance from that little point to this little point is what we're going to want to measure and find the center to. So go ahead and measure it. We should get about 36 inches, 38 inches, my bad. The middle of 38 is 19. So you're going to want to mark it right there, and that's where we're going to tape it. I'm using electrical tape, but you can use duct tape or whatever type of tape. Maybe not painter's tape, but whatever tape should work. We're going to go ahead and wrap it around that center point. Now don't wrap the whole thing up yet. We're going to wrap the center, the left side, and the right side, just like I'm doing here. Make sure it's a secure fit. You don't want any loose driveway markers. We're going to want to keep it nice and tight. Now if you're following along making this bow, this is a great point to pause and make sure that everything in your setup looks exactly like this. If not, it'll be a lot harder to fix later on. Now with that fiberglass marker we cut earlier, you're going to want to measure it fully. It should be 2 feet, so we'll mark it at 1 foot or 12 inches, and then we'll go ahead and tape it up just like we did to the other driveway markers earlier. Now that we got both sections ready, you're going to want to line them up dead center and go ahead and tape them together. Remember guys, nice and tight. Make sure there's no warp on this. We're going to try to keep it as straight as possible. Alright, now after taping all this stuff up, it looks real clean, and this is exactly what it should look like. You see, now that I have them centered, I can go ahead and reinforce that middle with tape, making it a lot stronger than it was before. Now go ahead and take your fiberglass core and slide it in through the tube. You're going to want to have each end right at the notch, just like prior when we were doing the measuring. And then we're going to want to string the bow. Now I don't need to teach you how to make a knot, hopefully not, I hope not, right? And we're going to make a knot on one side, and then go ahead and take the power cord, take it to the other side, and you're going to want to make sure that you measure at least 4 inches from the notch. Now you don't really have to do the measurement. What I recommend is making the knots approximately 4 inches from the notch. That'll make it a lot easier when you're stringing it and won't put too much stress on your body, and it'll also prevent it from coming off the PVC pipe. So as you can see here, put it on a flat surface and then bend the PVC back and go ahead and loop it. Now just for a little decorative touch, I'm going to go ahead and center the bow and take some electrical tape and wrap it around to provide a nice grip. And wow, would you look at that? That thing looks real nice. It's ready to shoot some bows. Let's see some action and let's see what type of damage you guys can do with this. So here I go, take one. Let's see how it goes. Hit, like I thought. Hit again, no surprise. That's how good this bow is, guys. I build quality products. Yeah, never mind that one. Now from a long range, this is about 40 feet. I want to say it hit it. This is about 40 feet as well. 40 or 50 feet. My yard's about half an acre. And hit one more time. Most importantly though, guys, you are ready for whatever nature throws your way because you have a good, effective bow and arrow. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and hit that notification bell when you want to see my next video. Until next time, I'll see y'all later.